Thank you, Mr. Fu, for the extraordinary sharing. Looking forward to the textile industry, the changes and upgrading are around the corner. Within the concept, Mr. Fu deeply introduced the applications of the machines, which are custom built for brands, designer, textile manufacturers, and contractors in many ways. For the fashion, home, healthcare, and environmental textile industries, as well as bring the new method of building better knitting machines. And for alternate, it combines color and comfort to produce lightweight fabric with spectacular patterns. By knitting multiple colors at once, alternate shortens the production line, prevents textile waste, and reduces water pollution. I believe everyone finds the presentation insightful and fruitful. For now, let's welcome Mr. Pascal Renger, Senior Consultant of ACME Machinery Industry Company, to deliver the speech of sustainability's impact are challenging wet textile processing in the global world.
Yeah, good afternoon, good morning, depending of the time zone you are now, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank the Taiwan Association of Machine Industry for the invitation to give this presentation. During the presentation, I will talk about sustainability impact that are challenging the wet processing in the global world. But before that, I'd like to introduce myself, my professional background. I have more than 40 years in the textile industry, in international experience, manufacturing, production manager, yarn, knitting, fabric, woven fabric. And I was working also 26 years in chemical and dyes company by Ciba-Geigy, Ciba and Earthman. And now I'm working as senior environmental sustainability textile processing and consulting by ACME. I have also two professional associations that I was vice president of the IFA-TCC. It's the International Federation of Association of Textile, Chemists and Colorists, and vice president of the French Association ACIT, that is the Association of the Chimie de l'Industrie Textile in France. Talking about sustainability challenge in wet processing, there are many topics in this file, and it's very vast, and so I will concentrate today on a very dyeing process, and especially in exhaust. Because you know that this is the most bigger dyeing process that is using worldwide, and if you see in comparison to continue, of course there are many innovations in this way, especially for polyester with critical CO2 without water, and there are some new innovation also running with small scale worldwide. As everybody knows, the textile industry is the second most polluting industry in the world. If you consider that more than 80 billion garments are manufactured, more than 80 million garments are manufactured each year in the world, the consumption of water to produce this textile, it's about, if you see an Olympic swimming pool, you need 32 million Olympic pool water for each year to answer this production. And the water demand and availability will be worse. And in a lot of countries, they have already problem with the water. So we go really why we need about sustainability. Sustainability, it's a global concern because you know the pressure it's coming especially from consumer. The consumer like to know where his textile is produced. He like to have more transparency. He like to know that the yarn is coming maybe from India. Then the garment is producing in maybe in Bangladesh. The dyeing is also made in Bangladesh, and consumer like to know today all of this detail because this is important, and the brands, of course, are under big pressure because it's not easy for a brand to know exactly all the detail of the production. Maybe the brands give some order to some company, but this product company maybe switch in different other small company. It's very complicated. But we are under pressure, and we have the Green Deal, the Open Green Deal, and the Open Green Deal will be more strong. They are looking now to make an eco score of each textile. This eco score will be very, very strong information of all transparency of the production for the brands. We have also the sustainable goals, SDG. Everyone like to be aligned and need to be aligned in SDG, of course, and Green Deal from Europe. So now you are in a dye house, you are manufacturing, and you are requested to be more sustainable. But this is not so easy because how can you meet this challenge? This challenge is not so easy to meet because you have, of course, today a lot of organic cotton, recycling polyester, polyamide, biosourcing material. You need traceability, you need sustainable investment. Recycling is also some things that you need to take in consideration because you also have to dye in this recycled material. And you know that today we are not so good in recycling, and we are pushing a lot of countries now, Europe, Asia, America, are pushing to making more recycling material. But this recycling material also need to be dyed. Then how to make this sustainable production? One of the big problems when you are dyeing in exhaust, it's you have to use water energy. And all of this process have a big impact of the environmental footprint. Means water is the big concern. It's the key of dyeing water. Because the energy you need to dyeing, it's depending on the quantity of the water you are using. And of course, as you are using energy, you are producing CO2 emission. And you know that in the global warming, we need to reduce the CO2. And all of these two main topics, it's water. And from the water, we are going to energy use and CO2 emission. Okay, generally the company, they are going to sustainable production because they need better reputation among their customer, brands, employer, and investor. You know, investors today are also looking of the eco score of the company. A lot of company need to show the eco score to get some more investment. And of course, this eco score, it's a real added value for the manufacturer because most of the business owner searching development, building their vision of the company proposition and the new marketplace to reach their new business by innovation. And for me, the only way to target new business opportunity, it's with success for sustainability, it's innovation. There are many challenges in wet processing, and as I said before, innovation is one of the key factors. The company facing a lot of new government regulation worldwide, and it's all related to sustainability. And as I said before, Europe Green Deal, they will be more strong in Europe, but they will be also strong in the material, in the garment enter Europe. This is why it's a question for everyone to survive in this textile business, and company need to take action, and action to reducing the water consumption, the energy consumption, CO2 consumption, and of course the total production process cost. For exhaust dyeing, there are different type of possibility. As I say, exhaust is still a very big market because continue dyeing it's also a big market, but it's today, as we are going to more smaller batch, continue dyeing are not so suitable in this case. Then for exhaust dyeing, we are using jigger, jet overflow machine. On jet overflow machine, there are two types, as you can see on the bottom of this slide. You have the round type of machine that is a very current and almost of dye house, and you have the long tube dyeing machine. And to choose of the dyeing machine is depending especially of the difficulty of the fabric to dyeing. And we are nominate these two machine conventional or best technology available, if it's long tube or round machine. Because you have a wide conventional means that because on this type of machine, the fabric is moved by water into the circulation. In some cases, we have also air machine, but this is not so easy to find. And we have in these two type of machine, you have also the best technology available, means that we say that we are working in short liquefaction to reduce the water. But as you have sometimes difficult fabric, it's not so easy to reduce the water to obtain a good quality. And what is very also important in this kind of machine with moving the fabric with the water, it's a huge consumption of energy. And energy cost, it's today crucial because in many countries, especially in Europe, they have even closed some company because the energy cost was so high that the customer cannot pay the bill for the next month, and he has to close his company or only working 2 days per day or 3 days per day. And as more you have water, as more you are using energy. Just to give you an idea of the water and energy consumption about a conventional and a best technology available. A conventional machine, and I use a liquefaction 1 to 12. That is very good because in some cases we are much more to 1 to 50, 1 to 60. Means to make 1 kilo of your fabric, of the fabric for the consumer, you need 130 liters of water, and you need electricity and steam. If you are going to a little bit best technology available, we have jet in the market. We are using 88 liters of water. Of course, need electricity and steam. And as I said, the best technology available today, 5 to 1, 6 to 1. You can use 66 liters. Maybe some supplier will say, we are by 4 to 1, but in some case they have to add water to have a better circulation of the fabric. It's not easy. Of this case study we make on a 300 kilo machine on cotton dyeing. But I can tell you the constat worldwide is not, it's worse as this figure. And we are not achieving in most of the case in a lot of country worldwide this sustainability. Because in this sustainability, you need really new innovation. And if you have only innovation, you have a lot of innovation in the dye stuff, in the chemical. I think this is not a big issue because all chemical company, dye stuff company are working on the best solution for sustainability product. But what is important is that when you have a new process, you can make new process, but new process on a not innovative machine still give you almost the same result. Even you can reduce with some new innovation in dye stuff and chemicals, but you will never achieve the start of the art in dyeing. ACME Machinery, it's a company from Taiwan. It's almost established for 38 years. ACME is committed to sustainable dyeing machine with resilience production. What is resilience production? It's that we know what we do when we dye. They are doing ongoing effort to innovate a new way to addressing the world most pressure of environment and needs, all the new innovation that we can have. ACME is a high motivated team, as I say, with 38 years of experience and developing innovative, sustainable, and customer-oriented solution. That is very important to be able to customize even the machine to the customer needs. The development by ACME, we are going to talk about the most innovation machine in the world. For my side, there are not another machine able to doing what this evolution, innovation in sustainable production. For me, the introduction of this ACME machine, that it's patent worldwide, that they have patent this machine worldwide. For me, this is the new benchmark in exhaust dyeing. And why ECD? Because it's intelligent conveyor drive innovation. As you said before, we are moving the fabric with water, but here we are moving the fabric with mechanical force instead of water flooding. And this is why allowed us to save water, to save energy. If you compare to conventional machine, we can save water and energy over 60%. Just to give you an idea of how this machine is working, on here you can see the machine. This is the fabric. The fabric is running through a conveyor drive here, not moving by water, but by mechanical force with very, very low tension. And the fabric, it's only circulate in water in the circulation tube that you can see on the top of the machine. And the water is collected here and back to the nozzle where the fabric is coming. Means that if you see this picture, you can imagine why we have so less water and we can save so much water and energy by using ACME machine. I will show you a short video. Sorry, the video is not in the right way. And here you can see the fabric on the conveyor drive. And you see without any to give you an idea, the machine is working, depending on the machine, for 400 meters per minute to 500 meters per minute. The water is very less in this machine. This is why we can reduce in a good way the water energy consumption. Well, ACME, it's a company that patent this machine, and we are working with some framework. We are working in 6 pillars for sustainability production because this is very important by customer worldwide. Reduce the water. We are very, very strong in reducing the water. The energy reduction, carbon footprint reduction, higher productivity we can achieve with AMECD, outstanding end quality. All of us customers that are using this machine worldwide are telling us that the quality that coming out from the machine is much better than what they are doing before. And we have also a processing service that help us to give to the customer the support that they need to achieving their goal. And you know, when you are two, it's much better and you can give some better idea. What is the application suitability for this machine? This machine it's suitable for any kind of fabric, normally dyeing on beam or jigger or any kind of exhaust machine. It's suitable for natural fiber, man-made fiber, polyester, blends, for woven fabric, knit fabric, warp knit fabric, non-woven fabric, and the range of the possibility to dyeing in this machine is very very large because we are going to 20 yards to 1,000 gram yards on the fabric. This is a big range that normally in some cases that when you have some different fabric you are not able to dyeing in the same machine, you need to use another machine. With AMECD we can use the same machine for any kind of fabric. The core function is that we are extremely low in liquoration, 2.5 to 3.5. This is depending on the kind of fabric. If you are dyeing polyester, you will be more close to 2.5. If you are dyeing cellulose fiber like cotton, you will be more close to 3.5. And we are needing a very low amount of water to make the machine going in circulation. Generally, if you take an example of a 300 kilo machine, we need a liquoration 1:1, means 300 liter, 350 liter for the circulation pipe. And all the other water is coming from the fabric, depending on the kind of fabric you are using. And this is important because this fabric, because we are working on an intelligent converter drive, we have no any uh, pressure of the fabric, tension of the fabric, because we are working with a conveyor and removing the fabric by mechanical force, means we have no tension of the fabric. And as you can see on the picture on your right side, AMECD, there is a conventional line. As soon you have fabric and water, you have tension of the fabric. This is why in AMECD we have less abrasion, less peeling, and this is what the customer tells us a lot of time. Your fabric coming out from AMECD have a better fabric appearance as in a normal dyeing machine. Of course, you can loading and unloading the fabric with a double rope as in a normal other dyeing machine. Important also for a dyeing machine, it's which quality of equipment you put on this dyeing machine. ACME went to give to the customer the best high quality equipment in the worldwide. Then you will say, we are many European country material on this machine produced in Taiwan. Means we buy in Europe, we send to Taiwan, and from Taiwan we send out to Europe again. Yes, because it's clear that if you have machine produced even in Europe, and you are using product from some other country. I will not name the country, but everybody know. And you can feeling, I have seen many company, a European machine with the equipment that it's not from Europe. And I have heard recently some complaint from customer that say, "Oh, this is a European supplier of machine, but I have problem to find the specific quality on the machine." And for ACME, it's a very important point to give to the customer what the customer really need and what is the customer satisfaction, because customer satisfaction it's one of the very important topics by ACME. We have, in fact, as you see on this slide, many products. And we also use a motor from Japan, because Japan producing very high quality motor, and we have customers that running this machinery for many years, and they never have any issue on a motor of the machine, even about some valve and everything. And if you are selling, we are selling also this machine to Europe. It's also easy to find the different spare parts. The signification opportunity to decrease the overall impact of human health, ecosystem quality, climate change, energy resource, water resource. This is what we can do with ACME intelligent conveyor drive, saving water and energy over 60% against conventional machine. This is just an idea. Some example. Worldwide, the performance result from ACME as following for pre-treatment and dyeing. You know, a lot of people, supplier, as competitor, they are making a little bit tricky to say, okay, we can dye by 10 liters per kilo. Yes, but they are not using the full process. If you are using the full process, that what we are showing here for very dark shade, black shade here in the reference on cotton, we are needing 36 liters of water for the full process for the pre-treatment, because you know when you have cotton, you need to make a bleaching, or you need to prepare the cotton for the dyeing, bleaching or scouring, depending of the shade. For polyester elastan, here as reference, we are using 80 liters per kilo, of course less, because the polyester doesn't take so much water inside. Polyamide is the same, because polyamide doesn't use so much water, and viscose cellulose a little bit more, because viscose take a little bit more water, but much less than cotton. And you can see 21 liters to dyeing a viscose elastan fabric. It's very low. I think we are the world record in water use per kilo fabric if you compare the total process. Here, just an idea of what is the best technology available against ACME. Before we was talking about conventional dyeing machine, and now we are talking about the best available technology against ACME intelligent conveyor drive by liquefaction 3-1, and for the BAT 5-1. Water, it's easy because you have a 66 liter and we are going to 36 liter. And for the energy, it's exactly the same. We are much lower in energy consumption. And what I said you before, water is the key for the energy consumption. As less water you have, as less energy consumption you have. Means against the best technology available in the market, we are saving water and energy about 48 to 55% with the ACME. And this study was made on cotton fabric for reference. I'm ECD machine. It's suitable for environmental impact. This is very important today in the world. If you have no good production, you will fail in many cases. And with the pressure the manufacturer get, will be very, very difficult to achieve a low environmental impact. And ECD, we are saving water, we are reducing the CO2, we have a better productivity, we have higher results, lower total cost also is very important. And we have a resilience production with low environmental impact. This is the performance for you for a competitive advantage. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope we will see all of us in ITMA. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Renger, for the remarkable presentation and discussion on the advantages of the wet textile processing industry market and share valuable experiences.